back, y'all, with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm tapping in with y'all to discuss what's currently going on in the boxing world. But before we get into that, please hit the like button so everybody knows that Mazuma TV is live. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to have a hell of a show today, man. We gonna have a hell of a show today. Let me make sure the audio is correct before I step, brothers and sisters. Let me make sure everything is correct before I step. Oh yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal, man. Ever since I got the new Wi-Fi, your boy been turning up. He ain't been knowing how to fucking act in this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far, man. I appreciate everybody that's coming through and showing love. We on the road to 3K. We're about to hit that 3K mark in due time. You feel what I'm saying? We well into the 2,900 mark. So thank you very much for coming through and showing love. Let me see the comments so far. Let me see who's in the building. Simba Boxer with the first comment of the day. He said, Mazuma, what's your thoughts on Rolly Romero saying, ever since he beat Ryan, he's been reading the Bible every day. Do you think this new change, quiet Rolly? Do you like this new change, quiet Rolly, and not the antics? You know, people grow and they change, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I guess Rolly felt like he needed to do that at a certain point in time to, sell tickets and create a name. And I think he might not be the best talent around. He might not be the pound for pound #1 guy in the world, but he's known throughout the boxing world. So maybe he feels like he doesn't need to do that anymore. And like Floyd Mayweather said at one point in time, you gotta know when to turn it on, you gotta know when to turn it off. And maybe Rolly just at a point right now where he don't feel the need to do that anymore. You know, he's made some great money. He's won titles in 3 different divisions. Hence, I didn't say world titles. He's won titles in 3 different divisions. And he probably doesn't feel like he has to come up out of his skin anymore to get some attention. You feel what I mean? Maybe Teofimo and Ryan can learn something from that. Maybe they need to pick up a fucking Bible. And that's if Teo could read it. You feel what I'm saying? Simba says, by the way, Mazuma, a little girl came up to Rolly and said she was a big fan of Rolly State and watched her whole basketball game to support her. He even posted it on his story 2 days ago. Well, Rolly's a real generous guy, from conversing with him and, getting to know him just a little bit. He is a generous guy. He got a good heart. So salute to Rolly. That's what's up. Little things like that, kids never forget. So that's dope. Like when I was wrestling, Eddie Alvarez, former UFC champion, fought Conor McGregor, stuff like that. He randomly came into one of my wrestling practices and, did a whole class with us. Off of his generosity. He wasn't paid. He wasn't brought over. He randomly came over and decided to help us out and teach us new things. And, I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Eddie Alvarez has no idea who I am. Probably would never recognize me. I was a kid. I was like 8, 9 years old. But yeah, man. I remember that. Kids don't forget how you make them feel. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad. Forever Dedicated, what up? Oh, we about to cook Tio for sure. Forever Dedicated. You stay tuned, my brother. Boxer Expert, what up? He said T-Ho, Duck, Matias, Norman, and Devin. He all talk. We gonna get into it. We gonna use his words. We gonna use his words. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna use his words against him in this live right here because whenever we come up with an opinion or we say whatever's on our mind, you don't know what you talk about, man. All right, so we gonna use Teofimo Lopez's words. We gonna let him, expose himself, so they ain't got nothing to do but log the fuck off the live. You feel me? But God Petit, what up? He said, man, this Teofimo guy is a problem, man, but in the wrong way. I agree. He definitely gets in his own way, and he contradicts himself a lot, man. Like this dude doesn't think before he speaks. He's very he's not smart, man. He's not smart at all. He wants you to believe that he's this type of like intellectual or some guy who is so deep and thought provoking. The guy is an absolute idiot. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, we gonna get into it. Tesla, what up? Damn, I ain't see Tesla in a minute, man. I hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you for coming through and showing love. Coffee Plant, what up? Rolly got a good heart. He definitely do, bro. I'm telling you, he do. Like, he didn't know this one kid from my gym. And he sent over some brand new wedding gloves, bro. Like, expensive. Like, the Jones you get over from Japan, they hundreds. They're worth hundreds, close to $1,000, bro. Sent them over there, and the kid not even wearing them. He got them like in a glass, uh, like a glass case. You feel what I'm saying? Because he really loved the fact that Rolly came through and did something generous for him. You feel what I mean? But anyways, let's talk about Teofimo Lopez turning down $11 million to fight Devin Haney or Jaron Ennis. Well, we'll get into it, but I already know what this is about. This is definitely in regards to the Devin Haney situation and Turkey Al-Sheikh offering Teofimo Lopez a bag and him ultimately walking away from it, saying he will not sell his soul. And then, of course, we're going to get into the open boxing topics as always, man. We 5 minutes in. We got 7 people in the building. Thank you for coming through and showing love. You feel what I'm saying? Winning gloves mean you popping in the casual eyes. That's a fact. No, but winning gloves are expensive as fuck. Marissa, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Let me pull up this interview real fast, man. I got my timestamps and all, man. We gonna cook. We definitely gonna cook. Shout out to everybody that's showing love, man. Mm-hmm. Let's check the history. So yeah, that's the frustration that's what I was talking about earlier. So Teofimo Lopez recently had did an interview with his little butt buddy, Punch, Drunk Boxing or whatever the fuck his name is, man. He over here got a motherfucking Deacon suit on from Men's Warehouse. You know what I mean? Biggest shit on the shoulders. Look like he got some fucking Terrell Owens shoulder pads on his shoulders and shit like that. And they got some Super Bowl 46 shoulder pads on. Talking with Teofimo Lopez. They chopping it up back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Punch Drunk got a nice little crush on Tio and shit. I guess he like how the way Tio nose swell up when he get punched and shit. You can tell it's a real, strong attraction that he has towards Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? So he was on there, just glazing him the whole time, not holding him accountable for anything. But Teofimo Lopez just switched, like he just so quick to expose himself and make himself look bad. So we already know, and I was telling you guys, Teofimo Lopez is blatantly talking himself out of fights. You feel what I'm saying? Blatantly talking himself out of fights, especially with guys like Devin Haney. You feel what I mean? Like I said, I feel like he disrespected Turkey Al-Sheikh strategically to get up out of that fight against Devin Haney. He know that Turkey don't play that shit. He not big. He don't like the disrespect and stuff like that. And I think he genuinely did that to get himself up out of that situation. Now, considering the fact that Turkey Al-Sheikh is considering scrapping the fight and things of that nature, now Teofimo Lopez, after saying he wasn't going to apologize, goes ahead and he apologizes to Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? He admitted that it fucked up, that it's fucking up his street cred and shit like that. Like, Tio, what's street cred, bro? Like, what's street cred? You gotta be a street nigga to have street cred. Do you mean your reputation in the sport of boxing? Because if that's the case, then you would definitely be right. Let me grab a tissue real quick, y'all. You would definitely be right if we talk about reputation in boxing, but you ain't fuck up your reputation from boxing from, disrespect to Turkey Al-Sheikh. No, you fucked up your reputation way before that. You know what I mean? Yeah. These fucking cats, bro. I'm about to get rid of these little motherfuckers, bro. God damn. Anyways, you fucked up your reputation way before that. God damn. You know what I'm saying? You fucked it up way before that. Punch Drunk has a husband. Shit, he act like it. Tio and Punch Drunk was probably in the same crib interviewing each other, just in different rooms. You know what I mean? Them niggas was probably in the same crib talking in different rooms. For real, for real. Thank you guys for the bless yous. I don't know what's going on. The allergies is fucking with me crazy. I can't get rid of Garfield. Bro, no. I had him since he was a couple months old. Oh, my God. I look big. Nah, these allergies killing me, bro. I don't smoke. I don't get into none of that. He said low nose T-Ho was in the background. That nigga was watching T.O. draws in the background. Like, yeah, that's right, T.O. Yeah, tell him you ain't gonna sell your soul for 11 million. You know, with 11 million, you could probably buy a washer and dryer, man. No. Let me keep scrubbing them stains on your drawers with a toothbrush. No. With 11 million, you could buy a washer and dryer, man. No. Let me keep, let me keep washing your drawers. Chris Gutierrez. Well, why don't you come on the channel, bro? Come on the channel. And this dickhead, this dickhead, he bodied himself with this dumbass message right here. He said, "Can I respectfully body bag you while Devin the Glass Jaw ain't beating T.O. Rowley, Ryan Tank Loma? He beat Loma, you dumbass nigga. Next." How you gonna talk shit about the nigga and then mention the guy he beat and say he can't beat him? He already did. Dumbass. The fuck is we even talking about? He sound dumb. How you gonna mention a nigga that don't rumble? I mean that he already beat. Oh man, that nigga Floyd ain't fucking with Pacquiao, man. Yo, let me body bag you real quick on why Floyd can't beat Earl. He can't beat Crawford. Man, he can't even beat Pacquiao. See how dumb that sound? Fucking idiot. Yeah, he's a fucking clown. Don't nobody listen to his goofy ass. Law, you lost me. Man spelled Ryan name wrong. Who is Rayanne? What? Yo, pack him, please. Pack him, please. He's an idiot. Who gonna smack him first? Do I gotta do it? Slime, what up? Can somebody smack him, please? Shout out to Anonymous for hitting that boy with the wrench. He's a fucking clown. Yeah, Selvin, he definitely scared to death. But I got the video right here, man. Um, and this is about punch drunk boxing. You know what I mean? Them niggas was interviewing each other in the same crib, just different rooms. With T-Ho nose boxing, scrubbing his drawers in the background. You know what I mean? You could probably see him in the mirror reflection, scrubbing them drawers with a little toothbrush, with the little toddler toothbrush. You feel me? Trying to get every little doodle stain on his drawers. And the post says, the video says, Teofimo offered 11 million to fight Haney. Teo clarifies on why he apologized to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Now, I don't really give a fuck about his reasoning behind apologizing to Turkey Al-Sheikh. You said that you wasn't gonna apologize to the nigga. You felt that heat up on you, and all of a sudden you want to apologize, just like Shakur did. You feel me? So we already know that T.O. a pussy. You know how many times he done went back on his word? You know how many times niggas done pulled his card and he went against the initial statements he was saying? He's not he don't stand on business. He's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really expect nothing less for somebody like Teofimo. But anyways, I want y'all to hear this. You feel me? I want y'all to hear Teofimo Lopez, just try to go over the fact that he turned down an $11 million offer. Mind you, this is the same Teofimo Lopez who was on Top Rank crying because Top Rank wasn't paying him what he felt like he deserved. He seen all his peers making more money than him. He negotiated a shitty deal, signed a shitty deal, that he's complaining that they're giving him what they promised in the deal. So This is Teofimo Lopez's words. These are not mine. Let's check this shit out.
Turkey, I like these guys from Saudi. I do. However, I like Turkey. I like these guys from Saudi. I do. However, as a boxer, as a fighter, I can't not know what's next. Yeah. That's the frustration.
So he said that he doesn't like not knowing what's next. So you just want motherfuckers, and this is crazy because, in all honesty, it's rare if a fighter knows exactly who he's gonna fight. You know, every time. Like, for example, how often do you hear, yo, you gonna fight this dude in May? You gonna fight this dude in September? You gonna fight this dude in February? You gonna fight this dude in June? How often do you hear that? Like he wants like a clear, transparent map on who he's gonna be facing. He hates the fact that he doesn't know who's in line or who's possibly gonna be next for him. Bro, the boxing world changes so much. The whole boxing world could change within 1 year. So why is it that you want like that much transparency when you want to know, every single step of the way? They don't even know every single step of the way. So how the fuck they gonna tell you that? Southwest Dice said he used to them bullshit, them BS top rank fights. I mean, that's possibly the case because probably top rank was all right. We gonna give you this guy. Then we gonna plan to shoot for the winner of this guy. You know what I'm saying? They did a lot of shit in house. Turkey Al-Sheikh is working with multiple promoters that deal with multiple fighters. You know what I'm saying? And they all, upper echelon guys. So Turkey Al-Sheikh could randomly throw him giving him, some type of opponent, that may come out of left field, but that's a fight that he's willing to put bread up for. And Teofimo Lopez doesn't seem to like surprises. You know what I'm saying? He wants who he wants to fight. He wants his opponents to already be on a platter. He don't want that shit to be like, anything that'll catch him off guard, I guess you would say. So that's what I took from that situation.
And not know what's next. Yeah. That's the frustration. That's what I was talking about earlier. About I got a schedule. I understand, they came into our sport, they did great things, they're still doing great things and making good numbers, You know what I'm saying? And before they even went into any other sport, they started with boxing. However, I think the only thing I could truly say is that they're very indecisive. One day they'll tell you something and the next they change it. And I can't live like that, bro. I got family, I got a kid that I haven't seen yet. There's things that I still am dealing with, and
a kid you never seen yet. You ain't seen your son, Tio. You at all these boxing events. You all over the place, and you not seeing your son. Oh yeah. So you a racist and a deadbeat, huh? And I don't want to hear all this. She hot at him. Nah, bitch. Trust me. I fought for my son. I know it is. I know what it's like to sit in them courtrooms and fight. To have rights to my son. Tio could easily do the same thing with a top-notch lawyer when he's making this Saudi money, right? You worried about all this other shit. You more worried about me. You probably talk to punch drunk more than you talk to your own son. Disgusting behavior.
I got a kid that I haven't seen yet. There's things that I still am dealing with, and I can't just pack up my bags and go wherever they please just because.
Nigga, that's what you've been doing. You've been all over the place. You over here in Saudi at this event, then you over here, bro. You was just wasn't he just at the Golden Boy event? Wasn't you just, bro? You be at all these other fights. So you met these niggas, Turkey Al-Sheikh and these niggas is offering you life-changing money to fight over here, or fight over here, or fight over here. Oh man, I got a lot going on right now, man. I just can't get up and go. Why the fuck not? You doing it for free, going to all these different events.
The financial stuff is there. I'm not gonna sell my soul for $11 million.
You heard Punch Drunk, and nigga said, Nigga said, it sound like Tio hit that nigga G spot. Nigga said, He's heard 11 million. Said, "Hey yo, hear this shit again. Look,
the financial stuff is there. I'm not gonna sell my soul for $11 million. Like yeah, just working through those things.
My nigga, what? Yo, that nigga heard that 11 million and got moist low key.
Stuff is there. I'm not gonna sell my soul for $11 million. Like yeah, just working through those things, brother. Just working through those things.
What you mean working through these things, you dumbass nigga? They offering you to fight Devin Haney for $11 million. And let's say, oh, I see people in the comments. How we know that it's only for one fight? How do we know it's only for one fight? You dickhead. Then y'all hear the rumors that was out that he may possibly fight Devin Haney next. I didn't hear no multi-fight deal. I didn't hear T.O. locking no multi-fight deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But that's not something I heard at all. L-Dub Boxing says Haney versus Teofimo is done August 16th in Saudi Arabia. I got you covered. Okay, sound good, brother. I hope you're right. But he over here being, he over here telling lies. Then, if you telling the truth, he out here telling lies. Then, because he over here talking about he not about to sell his soul. Now, listen, when motherfuckers be coming out here talking about they ain't gonna sell their souls and all this shit, it reminds me back of when Anthony Joshua was running shit scared of Deontay Wilder. Do y'all remember that? And I know Karma be listening to stuff like that, but Karma, she can support whoever she wants to support. That's her prerogative. But we cannot ignore history. You feel what I'm saying? We can't ignore history. It's being reported by Lance Pugmire. All right, let's go check it out then, because this might redirect our entire conversation. And it's still gonna make okay. So Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez is official for August 16th in Saudi Arabia. So why is he going on these interviews saying that he not gonna sell his soul? See, this dude is an idiot, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So according to Lance Pugmire, Devin Haney, T.O. signed for August 16th in Saudi Arabia. And this is also on Boxing Scene. Let's actually read this article from Lance Pugmire. Shout out to him for keeping us informed of what's going on in the boxing world. He says Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have each signed a contract to fight August 16th in Saudi Arabia, an official with knowledge of the negotiation told Boxing Scene on Monday. The bout pitting the pair of two division champions who each won on the May 2nd Times Square card in New York is an anticipated clash of two of the so-called Four Horsemen, a phrase coined by member Ryan Garcia that also includes unbeaten lightweight title holder Gervonta Davis. The fact that he mentioned Ryan Garcia within the Four Horsemen is insane. Like Shakur Stevenson doesn't exist. Davis is also scheduled to fight August 16th, defending his WBA lightweight belt in a rematch versus Lamont Roach Jr. in Las Vegas. So it's going to be two fights going on that day. If this shit is legit and Lance Pugmire out here really telling the truth, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez is going to be going up against Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. And if that's the case, did they do that strategically in order to try to prove a point towards Gervonta Davis? We'll see. The bout between Haney and Lopez is expected to be fought at a catch weight of 145 pounds, according to an official, and the pair have agreed to enroll in random blood testing administered by VADA. Lopez, 22-1, was asked about his next fight, and Haney, 32-0, on Friday night at the Golden Boy Promotions fight card in Las Vegas. Lopez smiled, raised his eyebrows, and said, "Maybe him." Bill Haney pressed for the Lopez fight in a recent conversation with Boxing Scene, saying Haney was a more attractive, more lucrative choice than unified welterweight title holder Jerron Boots Ennis. Okay. And the elder Haney was also upset at Lopez's apparent utterance of a racial epithet last month. Let me see. Instead of fighting Garcia next, however, in a rematch of their controversial 2024 no contest in New York, Haney watched Garcia lose the May 2nd main event to Rolly Romero. Haney, therefore, is turning his attention to the 27-year-old Lopez. The card, which has yet to be formally announced by Saudi Arabia boxing financier Turki Al-Sheikh, is expected to land on the zone. So there you have it. There you have it. Lance Pugmire, he has historically been, on the money with some reports that he has put out. If this is the case, this is a huge fight for the sport of boxing. But at the same time, why do this shit? Why say this shit on interviews when you gonna fight the nigga and make an announcement 24 hours, not even 24 hours before this interview drops? This shit dropped 13 hours ago. So what the fuck changed between then and now, where all of a sudden you just fighting Devin Haney now? You literally just came on this interview and said that you're not selling your soul for $11 million. Did they pay you more? Did you sell your soul? Let's actually follow through with this interview.
For $11 million. But yeah, just working through those things, brother. Just working through those things. I mean, hey, $11 million. You say $11 million for that was the boost. The Devin Haney was $11 million, bro.
Right? Yeah, you see how high his voice got? Yo, this nigga is like, he's feeling the vibes, cuz like this nigga see T.O. with these Ozzy Osbourne glasses on, and he can't control himself. He about to jump up out that motherfucking tux, and with nipple tassels on. He gonna come out like them niggas come out them wedding cakes and them bachelor parties. This nigga about to jump right out his motherfucking skin.
Like yeah, just
$11 million. This is Teofimo.
Those things.
Nigga, yo.
Hey, $11 million. You say $11 million for that was the boost. The Devin Haney was $11 million, bro. I understand.
Nigga, vocal cords went through the roof. That was Mariah Carey notes this nigga hitting.
Working through those things. I mean, hey, $11 million. You say $11 million for that was the boost. The Devin Haney was $11 million, bro. I understand.
Damn. This nigga, that nigga's a top tier glazer. Like a top tier glazer, bro. Jesus Christ. Let me see. What the fuck? Anyways.
I don't know. Some things I gotta work on. That's all. I think what you think needs to be worked on. That's all. What you think?
What needs to be worked on? They offering you $11 million, you pussy ass nigga. What need to be worked on? Just sound like T.O. don't want to fight the nigga for any amount of money. You can't be complaining 2 fights ago talking about how you not getting paid and you get one Saudi check and $11 million ain't enough for you. I don't be understanding these niggas, bro.
I'm a Leo, bro.
Oh my God, this nigga's a hoe. Yo, this nigga make me want to slam this laptop on some Brock Lesnar shit. He make me want F5 this motherfucking laptop. This nigga says that he not gonna sell his soul for $11 million. And when the dude asks him why, this nigga talk about, I'm a Leo, bro. No, you's a fucking bitch, nigga. And I really hope that Lance Pugmire put out some real shit. And I hope that this fight between you and Dev is solid, bro. I cannot wait to see Devin outbox the shit out you. Oh my God. All this shit, bro. These niggas about to be mad, bro. Jesus Christ. T.O. about to do some wild shit. T.O. about to go back on Twitter and be like, fuck Turkey. I don't want to fight Dev. Turkey sucking dick. Niggas started panicking. I gotta disrespect Turkey now, or he's gonna make me fight Devin. Turkey, you're a fat bitch. I hate you. I hate your family. What the fuck? You like holding niggas' hands? Hold my nuts. Dictator. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Anyways, let's get into these comments. PYP Boxing in the building. What up? He said Haney has to be the Haney that I saw beat Loma. Shout out Regis, Linares, Diaz. He got to fight like he has zero in the bank account. Haney can win. I mean, I agree with you, brother. When we look at it just stylistically and what we know about both guys, what their strengths and what their weaknesses are, Teo has a hard time fighting guys that, are mobile. You know what I'm saying? Like we have not seen him correct that mistake yet. I'm not saying it's impossible. For guys said, fuck that outbox, I want Teo to do him dirty. I mean, that's what you may want him to do, but is that actually going to happen considering the abilities that Devin Haney has? Let's go back to what I was saying. Teofimo Lopez has historically had trouble with guys who, have movement, have boxing ability, good counter punching. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this happen. We've seen Teofimo Lopez get his ass beat by George Kambosos. We've seen him get outboxed by Sandor Martin and hit the canvas multiple times. We seen this dude get outboxed by Jermaine Ortiz and cry after the fight because he was doubtful of him winning the fight. These are things that we have seen, and this was not too long ago. This Jermaine Ortiz fight was not that long ago. The Sandor Martin fight was not that long ago. You see what I'm saying? So with that being known, this is definitely a winnable fight for, Devin Haney. Devin Haney, you could be like, oh well, he got a glass chin, whatever the case is. Okay. If that's the case, if he really got a glass chin, show me where at 140 pounds alone, because they saying this fight's gonna happen at 145. Show me at 140 where Teofimo Lopez has shown devastating power. Show me where he showed what he had one stoppage at 140, and it was a warm-up fight to just make his debut at 140. Did he stop Josh Taylor? Did he stop Steve Claggett that he hit when he threw over 1,000 punches against and couldn't get a stoppage? How about Jermaine Ortiz? Did Jermaine Ortiz hit the canvas? Did Sandor Martin hit the canvas? None of these guys have not been stopped by Teofimo Lopez. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's safe to say that his power has diminished moving up in weight. So you mean to tell me he has shown zero punching power at 140 pounds? You mean to tell me that he gonna crack Devin Haney chin at 145 pounds, an additional 5 pounds from a weight class he showed little to no devastating power in? Not saying he can't punch, but he has not shown that strength, that big knockout, that punching ability that he showed at 135. At 135, he was really cracking shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like he was, he sat Richard Comey down. He knocked a lot of people out at 135. He had some good shit going on. But at 40, he's done. He got like 5 fights at 140. Only got 1 stoppage. What was it? 4 or 5 fights Teofimo Lopez had. Let's check real quick. Let's do the statistics. I'm trying to prove a point here because they're making it seem like all of a sudden Devin can't take a punch. Okay, so he started at 140 against Pedro Campa, and that was a dude that he beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he actually had 6 fights at 140 and has only gotten 1 stoppage, less than a 20% knockout ratio at 140 pounds. 5 people have made it the distance. Only 1 person got stopped. But the nigga who got stopped in Pedro Campa, he got 4 losses and got stopped 3 times. So it's safe to say that he be ready to go. He be getting packed up. That's just something that happens to him habitually. So we look at guys like Steve Claggett, who lost 7 times when he fought Teofimo Lopez and done been stopped before Teo wasn't able to do so. You know what I'm saying? I seen Jermaine Ortiz get hurt multiple times against Joseph Adorno. Teo wasn't able to get to him like Joseph Adorno did. You know what I mean? Got a split decision against Sandor Martin. Everybody thought he lost to Sandor. You know what I'm saying? Like one judge had Sandor beating Teo. And you mean to tell me he's not, you tell me he gonna step on Devin Haney? So he struggled with these guys. He struggled with guys on the IQ level, like with solid IQ levels like Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin, but he not gonna struggle with Devin Haney. But Devin Haney's athleticism, hand speed, and foot speed, he not gonna give Teo issues. Teo don't like the hunt for his hunt for the knockouts. He don't really like to walk forward. He like when motherfuckers come to him. He don't like to look for people. You feel me? He like to play in his feet. He like for motherfuckers to open up, come in, and he like to time people. That's Teofimo Lopez style. That's how it's been since 135. You know what I'm saying? He don't like to come look for you and cut the ring off and put his punches together and shit like that. Like he literally wants you to come to him so you could give him the pleasure of using his athleticism, styling on you, timing you with shots, pot shotting you and shit like that. A lot of people thought Jermaine beat T.O. I remember we was on here having our reaction and we all thought Jermaine Ortiz won. And they gave it to T.O. I remember that shit clear as day. But Devin Haney has all the tools to defeat Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, I don't really see how Teofimo Lopez outboxes Devin Haney. I don't see it. I really don't see it. Like really looking at it stylistically and what they bring to the table with Devin Haney's height, his reach, his speed, his lateral movement, his hands, his quickness, all of that. The way he's able to, get out of range with how fast his feet are. You know what I mean? How the way he's able to punch and then get out of the way. You think T.O. gonna be able to, keep up with that? Devin Haney has the tools to win. That's if He has all the tools to win. That's a fact. Anybody that say any different, they just don't fuck with that. That's cool. That's definitely cool. That's like I said, that's your right to not want to fuck with somebody. But if we look at the tools that Devin Haney brings to the table and the tools that Teofimo Lopez brings to the table, I feel like Devin Haney's the superior fighter. T.O. got good timing, he got good athleticism, he got good hand speed. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Devin Haney is quicker. I think he got faster feet than T.O. I think he got faster hands than T.O. He might not have the punching power that T.O. got. But at the same time, T.O. punching power hasn't been the same since lightweight. And they pretty much fighting a welterweight contest. 145, that's technically welterweight. So he ain't show no crack at 140, but he gonna show crack at welterweight? I don't believe that. Hey man, I don't believe that. I mean, is it possible that T.O. could beat Dev? Yeah. Yeah. It's boxing. You feel what I'm saying? But stylistically, this shit might very well be a nightmare for T.O. Teofimo has how many black athletic outboxers has Teofimo Lopez been in the ring with? Like, let's really think about this shit. And then T.O. was just saying in the interview how he don't really he don't like the fact that you know fights in Saudi Arabia. But now he about to fight Devin Haney August 16th in Saudi Arabia. Yep. Oh man, that's a video I gotta make tomorrow, boy. If this is like legit, I ain't see nobody come out and verify or whatever the case is. Lance Pugmire just dropped the news. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What's going on? Looks like Lance Pugmire the only one dropping the information, so I don't know. But I guess you could say Lance Pugmire is a credible source, right? Is the title confirmed? What you mean? K7. I mean, it's confirmed by Lance Pugmire. He's like a writer over at Boxing Scene, and Boxing Scene has always been a credible source for me. So I don't know. He said that he got his information from somebody who's close to the negotiations. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that he capping. He might be on to something. He might be saying something true. So this redirected their entire life, in all honesty, because I was really about to just cook T.O. for him being a bitch and ducking. But, if he just did that to, trick motherfuckers, then it is what it is. Looks like we got us a fight August 16th. We just waiting on confirmation from either Dev, T.O., or, Ring Magazine, a.k.a. Turkey Al-Sheikh. 11 million. Is he getting more than Haney? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. These guys, I don't know. Turkey Al-Sheikh don't really be revealing persons all like that. I just be hearing that the money good. Like I heard Terrence Crawford say the money real. Shakur said the money real. Devin said the money real. Teofimo said the money real. I don't know. I don't know. They gotta be pay- He gotta be paying more than what these promoters offering because everybody want to fight under Turkey now. Who's A side? I don't know. I mean, I don't think that shit really matters with a Turkey Al-Sheikh, bro. Like Turkey not really coming to the table, worried about who do the most numbers. You know why? Because Turkey don't give a fuck to make his money back. He don't. Once I seen that, once I seen how much them Saudis make in a day, bro, the money that they giving these fighters in comparison to what they make is minuscule. Turkey's not really worried about making some type of return on investment. He literally doing this for the sake of trying to attract more tourists to his country. And he cutting the promoters a check, he cutting these fighters a check, and he just making the fights happen because he wants Saudi Arabia to be like the entertainment capital of the world. I think that's his main objective. And if he got to cash these motherfuckers out in order to, get close to achieving that goal, that's what he gonna do. But a big bag to us is not a big bag to them. That's why they don't give a fuck, but they don't really care to cash us out. And they don't really care to get anything in return because what they gonna make in return ain't gonna be nowhere near what they make doing what they do with the oil industry and shit like that. Yeah. This shit light, bro. Shit is really light. Devin took less for big fights and so has Teofimo. I had heard that Teo, hold on. Didn't Loma take a pay cut to give Teofimo Lopez more money? Yeah, bro, they make. I had just Googled it. I forgot what the number was. They supply damn near half of Europe and most of Asia with oil and gas. So I'm saying, like, they make their money back. Like, bro, personally, just you speaking, would you really give a fuck to spend $50 if you know you about to have 10 bands coming on the way? Would you care to spend $1,000 if you know you about to hit if you know you about to get a $2 million check? Like really think about that. Would you care to drop 5,000 if you know you about to have 5 million hit your account in the next couple days? No, you wouldn't. That's how these Saudis be saying it. Oh, I wouldn't give a fuck to spend 40 million on a car. Nigga, we about to make $1 billion tonight. Yeah, Loma took the pay cut, not T.O. I don't know if it was another situation where T.O. blatantly took less to make a fight happen. I heard Dev did that with Top Rank. He took less for the Cambosos fight to become undisputed. Dropping 5K quick so I can get 5 mil back for sure. Yeah, that's how these Saudis see it. Now, if the Saudis they was only making 30 million a day. You better believe them niggas ain't spending 30 million on no boxing card. But bro, look, I'll tell y'all right now. It's not now. I must have searched up a different genre. Let me see. Saudi Arabia's annual growth GDP is estimated to be around 1.14 trillion. In 2021, its GDP was 982 billion. God damn. Bro, their money just different, bro. That's why he ducking now. That's why he begging now. No way he ducking 11 M's. Well, he was acting like it in the interview. He said he not gonna sell his soul for 11 M's. Y'all remember when? And I forgot to get to this point. Y'all remember when AJ was terrified of Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder was trying to get that fight going, and AJ was fighting everybody except Wilder. And Anthony Joshua was like, if Wilder wants to fight, show me 50 million. Man, Deontay Wilder heard that, ran over to Al Heyman. Al Heyman and them, according to Frank Warren and Tyson Fury and all that, Al Heyman and Deontay Wilder showed them proof of funds. And then what did AJ do in the following interview? I'm not going to sell my soul for 50 million. I'm not going to sell my soul for 50 million. The bitchest shit in the world. The bitchest shit in the world. That's exactly what this situation just reminded me of. How you gonna ask for bread or you gonna ask for more bread? Niggas offer you more bread and then you say you ain't gonna sell your soul for that bread. Nigga, you just put a price tag on yourself. Then when they give you the bread you looking for now it's all about maintaining your soul. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, Paga, I remember that too. What? Man, bro, who is Love Bug? Abraham Lincoln. Man, none of them niggas. The fuck all of them. You should get packed for that, to be real with you. Why does Turkey charge a pay-per-view? I have no idea. I don't know if that money, I don't know where that money goes, but it lets you don't know how I know he ain't tripping about the pay-per-views neither though. Because first of all, he's sticking around in boxing. That's one. Two, he could be charging these niggas what Al Heyman and them charging $80 for a pay-per-view. What was that Dimitri Bivol and Better Be pay-per-view? $20? $25? I don't know. I don't know where that $20 is going. It's a good question. If he's charging significantly less, it lets you know that he don't care as much about the money. Teo said it's because there's no dates or locations that say he wanted to know. Bro, that's the thing, bro. He know what the fuck going on. I guess now he know though, right? August 16th in Saudi Arabia. You gonna fight or not, nigga? Dan Harris saying in an interview, they're gonna age while they're out there and fight him. I remember hold on, bro. One John at a time. Um I remember AJ was talking about we gonna freeze him out and he not gonna fight him until he in the best possible position to win. I remember that. But if he got all this money and don't care about a profit, why not make them all free? And he upped the price. Ain't the net is it Turkey Al Sheikh or is it the network? You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not like this is Turkey Al Sheikh's network that's, putting this shit up. The zone, they're responsible for streaming the fights. I'm sure they gotta say so. Maybe they try and get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably the zone. It's probably not even Turkey. They probably like, damn, we trying to make some money off of this shit too. We need to get more subscriptions and all that shit. They trying to profit off of this shit too. Everybody trying to eat. The only nigga who don't really care to eat in this situation is Turkey. Why are we blaming Turkey for the zone putting the pay-per-view on the fight? It ain't like Turkey putting this shit on his own streaming platform. Is like, yo, pay for this. The zone probably sat down with Turkey and was like, yo, we try to get to some money too. How could we profit off of this? Yeah. Niggas get it confused. Like, if it's the zone pay-per-view, it's the zone that's putting up the pay-per-view. They're the ones that's insisting it be a pay-per-view. They seeing the fighters getting paid. They seeing the promoters getting paid. They're like, damn, we want some of that. It's that simple. That's what happens when you got a lot of hands in the pot. Everybody trying to find a way to eat. That's all. What? Somebody pack him, please. I don't know what he talking about. This nigga said Transformers. Somebody pack him, please. Like, what is we talking about? The wrenches ain't really sharp today, boy. Y'all take it long. I'm not speaking as if I'm a trillionaire. Who's speaking like they're a trillionaire, brother? What you talking about, Eric? He said we can't speak like we trillionaires like his family is. I never said I was a trillionaire. I ain't a billionaire. I ain't a millionaire. Not yet, at least. I don't know what you talking about, brother. Who said? Oh, you said not you or where? Sean Terrence said that Haney versus Lopez is official. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I might have to change the title of this video. And if this is the case, I mean, shout out to Devin and Teo for putting the fight together. You know what I mean? I don't see no updates though, man. Lance just put something out there and it's real quiet. And that silence can mean anything. Everything. I mean, this is all coming from the same source. So we can't, I don't know. I don't know. What? Yeah, I see it's trending, but it's all coming from one source. Like it's going crazy right now, but it's only coming from one person. I'm not seeing anybody who's involved with the situation confirming. Night Rider, what you're not taking into consideration is even though he's the one that's backing it, he's putting on the fights. He pays the fighters. He has a say. He has a say in who is fighting. He also has to choose a network to put on these fights. And if the network is the one that's responsible for putting the fights up for the public to view, they ultimately have a say so on whether the public should be paying for it or not. That's how that shit works. Turkey announced and discussed what the prices was going to be. Yeah, but I'm sure he sat down with the zone and came up with a number that they both were able to agree on. You know what I'm saying? But what's really intriguing to me about all of this is that if Teo and Devin Haney is truly confirmed, and as a traumatized boxing fan, I do need that definitive proof. I'm sorry. There's been a lot of times where shit has been announced or rumors have been said, and then it turned out to not be true. And then we left disappointed as fuck because we thought we had something good going on. So as a traumatized boxing fan, I'm gonna wait until there's further confirmation. Now, what's intriguing more to me than anything is that this is gonna be the same. If this is true, this is gonna share the same date as Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach too. I ain't gonna lie to you. If this comes out as true, I'm thinking that this is a calculated move. I'm thinking that this is, you know, Riyadh season and them looking to send a message. You feel what I'm saying? Because let's be honest. Man, this is actually a good fucking question. Let me actually put a poll up. I gotta put a poll up because I'm a little bit conflicted right now. I want to know what y'all think. So the poll that I'm putting up is which fight you picking to watch August 16th? If you only had to see one fight between Tank and Roach 2, and I know we most likely gonna watch both. Let's not get ridiculous now. Which fight are you gonna watch? If you only was able to watch one fight that night, which one you watching? Let's start the poll. I want to see what the people think. Fuck what I think. I want to know what the nation think. Let's get it going. Put y'all votes in, man. Let's put these votes in. Let's see what the people thinking. We got 3 votes so far. We got 8 votes so far. 11 votes so far. We got 26 people. We need 26 votes. Let's go. I know we watching both, man. I know we watching both. Trust me, I'm watching both. You know what I mean? Tank versus Roach 2 because the first fight was controversial. I need to see that. I need to see the adjustments Tank make. I need to see if Lamont Roach is still able to show and prove that he's really like that. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, these guys have history. These guys have history, man. Teofimo Lopez, 2-division world champion, unified and 1 division. Currently the WBO champion, Devin Haney, former undisputed champion at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? A 2-division world champion. Devin, regardless of what y'all say, still got his Teofimo Lopez bounced back off of that loss against Cambosis. He got 2. He got the Ring Magazine belt. He got the WBO belt. They both moving up. This is technically a welterweight contest. They still young. They still in their prime, I guess you would say. It's a fight we've been anticipating and talking about for years. Which one y'all watching? And taking into consideration that Tank Roach, and I know there's ways that we can watch the fight without paying for it. I know. But let's take the pay-per-views into consideration. It's really not even a debate. I don't know next gen because right now it looks like Tank Roach too got the majority of the vote. Tank a household name more than any of them. Okay. Okay. Looks like that's the majority. I'm gonna let a few more people vote. We got 28 people. We only got 17 votes. Come on. What we picking? Let's close it out. I'm gonna give y'all a minute. Starting now. Get y'all votes in. Fuck it. Y'all made y'all minds up. So we ending the poll right here. And it's looking like out of the 17 votes that the people done put in, 58% of y'all saying that y'all watching Tank Roach 2 over Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Eric Lopez said, I got some conspiracy shit in my head, but I think Turkey plotting. Explain, brother. Speak your mind, man. Speak your mind. Because I think I know where you coming from. Think about it. Turkey Al-Sheik. You know, Gervonta Davis talking about, oh, people only going to Turkey Al-Sheik because they can't sell over here. Turkey Al-Sheik like, oh, for real? How about we share a date with you and see who do what type of numbers? So now, you know, shortly after Gervonta Davis says this, he puts on possibly, it's not confirmed yet, but possibly he goes ahead and he makes a fight between two relevant names that are at the peak of their careers right now in boxing, and Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, sharing the same date as Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach too. Also, I also came on here and told y'all that I'm thinking that Turkey Al-Sheik is planning to intercept the Gervonta Davis fight from Jake Paul. We already seen that Jake Paul got his Canelo fight intercepted by Turkey Al-Sheik. And, you know, Canelo went on to fight William Skull. He about to fight Bud in September. All that good shit, right? So I was telling y'all, when I seen the Ring Magazine go over to Upton Boxing Gym and was giving out them, you know, them gloves and them bags and shit, you know, to them kids out there at Upton Boxing Gym where Gervonta Davis is originally from, I told you that I felt like that move was calculated. I think that was Turkey Al-Sheik putting out, I guess you would call an olive branch. You know what I mean? Trying to get, you know, Gervonta Davis' attention so, you know, he could, or at least give him like a good impression so they could actually have some type of conversations later down the line. Now, he got a Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney fight lined up on the same date as Gervonta Davis and Roach. I'm trying to put this shit together. Just looks like there's too many things that Turkey Al-Sheik is doing to get his name alongside, you know, Gervonta Davis, or at least doing things to get Gervonta Davis's attention. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think that I think these dudes, especially when, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and shit, there's a lot of strategy that, you know, is involved with the moves they make. I don't think they just blatantly do shit. Like, do you think they blatantly, you know, just secure August 16th and didn't think about Gervonta Davis's fight date with Lamont Roach? No, they did this purposely. I think Turkey Al-Sheik strategically did that to link his event to Gervonta Davis's event. Smart move. So now you can't talk about Tank and Roach fight without talking about Teofimo and Devin's fight, right? And vice versa. And the Gervonta Davis is, you know, one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. Ultimately, Teo and Devin are going to benefit from it. Riyadh season is going to benefit from it. And when both of these fights are over at the end of the day, people are going to be comparing and contrasting, you know, both events. Which event was better? Why this event was better? Why this event was worse? Why this event, why they were both bad? Bully says Devin gonna outweigh TL by 15 pounds and probably get cooked. What makes y'all say that though? For those of y'all, and listen, I'm not mad at anybody that picks Teofimo Lopez to win. That's cool. You free to speak your mind. I don't like T.O. I think he's a fucking racist, but I can't deny his talent. And he does rise to the occasion when he has big names in front of him. This might be no different. However, speaking about it stylistically and what they bring to the table, How does Teo dominate Devin Haney? How does he do it? I wanna read some comments, y'all. I wanna know. I wanna pick y'all brain. I respect y'all boxing minds on here. We got some knowledgeable people in the chat. I wanna know how y'all believe Teo dominates Devin Haney, because I'm seeing people in the chat say that Devin might fight him with personal feelings. Bullies, you don't think Devin learned that lesson from the Ryan fight? Yo, y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all niggas going crazy in the chat. He said, no way. Teo leap and hook will never work with Dev. That's the thing, bro. It's like Teo is accustomed to being a better athlete in comparison to his opponents. You know, like with Arnold Barboza, he was too fast for Arnold Barboza. His reflexes was too quick. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just he was just a better athlete. You feel me? Like he was the better athlete. With Devin Haney, I don't know if he's gonna have those same strengths. I don't know that. I don't think he could go. I don't think he could beat Devin in the athleticism department. Teo is athletic. He's a gifted athlete, but Devin Haney shares similar abilities. I don't know if he's a better athlete than Devin. I know for sure. I know for one thing, Devin got faster feet than Teo. I know that. Next judge said, is Devin not accustomed to being the better athlete as opponents too? I believe so. I believe so. Okay. Devin hasn't really fought any athletic fighters himself. Okay. Cool. But you know what's one thing that Devin got that Teo don't got? A fucking jab. A fucking jab. You know what I'm saying? When I was talking about earlier, what the tools that Devin Haney brings to the table in comparison to Teofimo Lopez, one of the biggest things that we're not taking into consideration is the jab. I don't think he's more athletic than Devin, bro. I don't think that. That jab make everybody look bad. That's a fact. And I'm talking about feet, like foot speed. If Teo got this crazy foot speed that everybody keep claiming, why the fuck do he have trouble cutting the ring off? He might not be the same fighter. Bullies, that's very possible. But I'll tell you this: in that performance against Jose Ramirez, and how quick his feet was, and how he was able to drop on a dime and get his shots off and shit, Teo's gonna have some trouble with that, man. Teo gonna be following. He can't cut the ring off. He gonna be following Devin. He gonna run into some shit. He gonna get outpointed. That's another thing y'all ain't taking into consideration. Teofimo Lopez's face does not stand up well to getting hit clean. Every time he lead a ring, even if it's when he dominates a fight, his face always like on dubs. AJ64 said Teo can't cut the ring and hit so much. What? I'm sorry, brother. You threw me off with the rest of your comment. I couldn't understand it. I think Teo struggled more with boxer southpaws. Night Rider said his power didn't carry the 140. That's what I was saying. So this the thing. Everybody keep talking about his punching power and shit like that and how he could hurt Dev. Yo, it's possible. This is boxing. We just see some crazy shit happen last Saturday. What I'm telling you is, based off of what we know, what we seen, because I go off of shit that I've seen. I don't follow the eye test. I don't do that type of shit. I really think about shit objectively. If Teo had trouble in his last 6 fights at 140, he got 6 fights at 140. He's only stopped one person in Pedro Campa. And Pedro Campa has gotten stopped multiple times. 3 out of his 4 losses, he got stopped 3 times. 75% of the time that he's lost, he's gotten knocked out. And the other 5 fights that he had outside of Pedro Campa, they have all made it the distance. And one of them was a split decision. And one of them happened to be an outboxer like Devin Haney. So you mean to tell me that he couldn't crack an egg with none of them niggas at 140? And he was hitting them clean. But at 145, he's going to have some type of overwhelming power for Devin Haney that he can't handle. I see Devin Haney get up 4 fucking times from big-ass left hooks from Ryan Garcia and still continue to fight. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Who got the longer reach? Who you think got the longer reach? Sanders? No disrespect. Like, really look at Devin Haney's frame and look at Teofimo Lopez's frame. You tell me who got the longer reach. Teofimo Lopez has a 68.5-inch reach. So he got a 58.5-inch reach being 5'9". He's not 5'9". That's cat, but I guess we'll go with that. And let's pull up Devin Haney's reach. Devin Haney definitely got the longer reach. He got a 5'11" reach. That's a 3-inch reach advantage. One thing about Teo, he could look bad against a B-level fighter and still show off in the ring. But next, Jen, let's talk about how Teo time motherfuckers, bro. Teo is good at timing motherfuckers who are aggressive, come forward fighters. You know what I mean? That come in reckless. Devin Haney's not going to come in reckless and give Teo that opportunity to catch him coming in reckless. Like, Devin Haney is extremely calculated. He coming behind a sharp jab, whatever the case is. Teofimo Lopez is not – Devin Haney's not going to take those chances where he going to run into a Teofimo Lopez counter. You feel me? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. And Teofimo Lopez is so reliant on his athleticism, he completely abandons his jab. Devin Haney has the athleticism and he has a world-class jab, one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing right now. So you tell me who got the better tools going into the fight stylistically. Damn, why y'all coming at that man? What's going on? G tatted up. What up, brother? Dangerous Desirability says if Devin fights like he fought Romero, he's going to lose in a close fight. Even with Ortiz, he was cracking him. He's KO's wrench. Oh, all right. Yo, so Knight Rider, was you there when I went on KO channel? Was you there when I came on KO's channel? Let me know. Was you there when I fried your boy? David, what's going on? Was the debate really fire though? Because niggas was making it seem like it was close and it wasn't. It wasn't. What bruise you talking about, brother? You talking about this? That's not a bruise. That's a scar. Don't worry. he said, he said KO fried me. That's funny as shit. No, but these gonna get covered in tattoo soon, brothers and sisters. Don't even worry about it. KO fried me? Oh my God. Ain't nobody ever fried me on this joint. I would never speak on a topic that I feel like I would get fried in. I think too objectively for that. I'm too knowledgeable in this shit. You had us a draw. What the fuck did KO say to make it a debate? Bro, I can't. I don't. Bro, that was so long ago. I couldn't even get you the link, brother. I don't know. Bro, we was talking about. He was talking about how Shakur had trouble establishing his range. Who was it against? I think it was against the fuck is dude name, bro? How KO came back? What did he do? Oh yeah, Artem. Yeah. Yeah, he was talking about, bro. I want to know how KO came back because he literally said that Shakur had trouble with that, finding his range. And I said, how did he find his range? How did he have trouble finding his range, but he landed 44% of his power shots? How does that happen? Shakur said he couldn't cut off the ring. Bro, that's not what we talking about. We're talking about that's not what we talking about. We wasn't talking about his cutting off the ring ability. Now I remember he was bringing that up as well. And I was like, bro, we're not talking about his ability to cut off the ring. You said that he had trouble finding his range against Artem Harutyunyan. And I said, how could you struggle with finding your range against the fighter when you're landing nearly half of the punches that you're throwing? It's a simple question. If I land 44% of my punches on you, I'm not having a hard time hitting you. If I'm not having a hard time hitting you, I got a good measurement of where the fuck the range is at. Now, if Shakur Stevenson landed 20% of his punches, he's struggling to establish his range. But if you landing if you in between 40 to 50%, it's a relatively easy time landing punches on him. The range wasn't an issue. The issue was Shakur wasn't letting his hands go frequently. But when he let his hands go, it counted. He couldn't say nothing. And then another thing. They was talking about Abdullah Mason and Shakur Stevenson. Now, I said, and I was being honest. I was like, yo, why do you feel like Abdullah Mason beat Shakur Stevenson? And this was before the Haney, the Manuel Jaime's fight and all that shit. This was way before that. Way before he got knocked down, all that shit. He said, oh, he got the longer reach, blah, blah, blah. He taller, he bigger, blah. And he literally told me that he feels like he could beat Shakur Stevenson based off of the eye test. And I said, I don't go off of the eye test. I go off of what has been done. You feel what I'm saying? If we just go off the eye test all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna work. I'm the type motherfucker. If we wasn't seeing eye to eye on that subject, I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see it to believe it. What topic we debating? What is it? I don't even watch his channel, so I don't know what he be talking about. This nigga said Abdullah got knocked down twice by a Puerto Rican barber. Why you gotta be Puerto Rican? That's crazy. And I love Abdullah Mason, so I'm not on a campaign where I'm gonna shit on him. I think he's one of the most promising fighters in boxing right now. Like I really think that kid is gonna be a fucking problem. because of his abilities and the the way that Top Rank believes in him, how he's not really, he's really driven right now. He got a great support system around him with his brothers and his, his father. Man, they got it. Their stability is top notch. So with the guidance he got, he's gonna go far places. The only thing that can stop Abdullah is Abdullah. No, bro. But I was telling KO, I'm like, bro, I think you jumping the gun. Like Shakur Stevenson, he did this, and that. And I'm like, bro, who did Abdullah Mason beat? Like, you talking about the eye test. What has Abdullah Mason done to reassure you he defeats Shakur Stevenson? He couldn't answer it. So I'm trying to figure out how this debate was close. I think a lot of y'all, like, y'all, I don't know. Like, I can't. Like, it really wasn't like that was a cakewalk. He was stuttering and all, and I was making fun of him for stuttering. He was getting mad as shit. And his own chat was telling him that he was dead wrong. And he was like, "Oh, I don't care about my chat, bro." I'm like, "Damn, these your subscribers." I remember saying that. I'm like, "Damn, well, these your subscribers." Imagine I told y'all that. Imagine I'm getting fried in the debate on here, and the comments like, "Yo, Mark, like, you getting cooked." That'll never happen, bro. That'll never happen. If your niggas in your own comments, they got wrenches telling you that you getting fried, it's time to hang that shit up. It's time to hang that shit up. And then when I told him that his own peoples was telling him he was getting fried, he was like, "Oh, I don't care about the check, bro." Ooh. I got a diverse chat too, brother. He definitely be watching me on the low too, cause he be in my comments. Nah, I don't give just anybody a wrench, brother. That's not we not doing that. I had motherfuckers out of hate block people that was sending me super chats and shit like that. I got a close circle of people that I know outside of YouTube, and they get wrenches. You know what I mean? Because I could trust them. he said, he said, "Mark, brush your hair, shit looking wacky." All right, man. Damn, man. All right. Y'all gotta understand though, man. Like, if a nigga getting a haircut, if a nigga really need a haircut bad, there's nothing that a brush gonna do. God damn. My shit looking wacky. That's hilarious. But I'll rematch him. Why not? But what we talking about? What we talking about? What topics? What's his stance on things? Like, I don't know. Because what if we actually agree on a topic? No, I don't really care to really go on niggas' channels though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The only reason why I had went on his channel to talk to the nigga was because Reed told me to go over there and fry him. So I went and I did it. You feel me? Like, Reed was like, "Yo, go fry this nigga for me, cuz." I was like, "Oh, all right, bet." So I went Friday, got off. I mean, and it was what it was. They say he a diehard Tank fan. That's cool. Reed couldn't do it himself. Well, Reed not a real big. He not a big boxing nigga, but I am. Yeah, read something. Damn, I shouldn't even have talked. Man, I kind of snitched right there, didn't I? I don't even think the people know that Reed sent me over there, but fuck it, he did. Reed watched boxing, but he ain't no lifer like me. He came up in basketball, brother. Unregistered artist. Bro, can you rap it? I am not shy, yo. I am just high, yo. Don't want to die young. Do want to die in the vibe. So that shit ass, nigga. Hang that shit up. Yo, Slime, hit that nigga with the wrench for them trash ass rhymes, cuz. Hang that shit up, brother. Go ahead. You need to go apply that AutoZone, nigga. Go buy an oil change kit, nigga. You know what I mean? That shit dumb trash, my nigga. Hang that shit up. This nigga said, I just want to vibe. Yo, go vibe at AutoZone and go fill out an application. Fuck, nigga. Go, nigga, tell me what aisle the oil filter's in. What the fuck wrong with you? This nigga said, just put the fries in the bag, bro. John from Tennessee, what's on your mind? Yo, Sway, that shit was fucking trash. Get the fuck off the airways. I remember that, John. And Sway was like, oh, come on, man. What? Simplified till I die. So dang, the title of the show age like milk in 5 minutes. It's T.O. It was T.O.'s words, not mine. Was that his words or mine, yo? Teofimo Lopez turns down 11 million to fight Devin Haney, says he won't sell his soul. Is that not what he said in that interview with Punch Drunk or not? He literally said that. And if you rewind the live back, you can hear him saying it verbatim on the video. And then when he was like, oh man, we just gotta figure some things out because I'm a Leo, man. Niggas start bringing up zodiac signs like bitches, nigga. You ever had that one annoying ass bitch that's like, yo, you can tell, bro. I remember one time, I remember it was this dumb ass bitch I went to high school with, right? And she was always on wood, but I never said nothing. Like I always never gave her, I never paid her any attention. Um, check this shit out. He was like, she was like, what's your sign? Mind you, I'm a Capricorn, right? But I was like, I'm a Scorpio. I fucking knew it. I knew this nigga was a Scorpio because this, and that. Talking all this bullshit. Don't nobody hear what the fuck she talking about. And I'm like, yo, you just said all that shit for no reason. She was like, why? I said, because I'm a Capricorn, dickhead. You see how stupid you sound? These bitches be swearing they be knowing shit. And they be swearing they be on to you and shit. Uh-oh. Hold on real quick. My fat bitch neighbor's yelling. I want to know what she's yelling about. That bitch got up as soon as she stopped as soon as I got up. Yeah, I put my ear to the wall. So what, nigga? T said she getting that work. I hope not, because it's gonna be this shit gonna have my apartment smelling like bacon. niggas, niggas, niggas cooking swine in this motherfucker. The whole time she getting her cheeks clapped. How she know when the fuck you get up, because she know when a real nigga, she full of real nigga energy through this motherfucking wall. That's why, nigga. Anyways, yo, this chat on fire tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. Damn, this nigga got his pom-poms out for KO. KO ain't ducking nobody. If I tell him, he'll drop the link immediately. That's how I read. That's how I read this shit with like a little, with a sassy ass tone. Not my KO. He ain't ducking nobody. If I tell him, he'll drop the link, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Not my KO. Nigga named KO ain't never dropped shit in his life, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, I'm popping shit. So the fuck what? Not my KO. Not my. That's how he start. Not my KO. I tell the nigga to drop the link. He gonna drop that. He don't run from nobody. He debate anybody. But this nigga like this. This nigga shit in front of his computer like this. Abdullah Mesha B. Shakur. Sitting there with that long ass lip, like I said the other day, bubble gum shrimp, nigga. You could fry it, you could boil it, you could broil it, you could make shrimp stew, shrimp kebab, shrimp burger. Man, get that nigga long ass lip the fuck up out of here. That's y'all man's nigga named KO. Ain't never dropped nothing. Motherfucker, tell that nigga come to Pivot Boxing Academy. Teach me how I KO something. That's your name. Nigga picked the most random name. This nigga picked his name out of motherfucking name generator on Google and shit. Anyways. Nigga ain't never dropped nothing. Tell that nigga to show me how I throw a right hand, nigga. Fuck out of here. Wait, what? Look, niggas mad as shit. Look. Look, why you hating on him, man? Niggas mad as shit. Cause I want to. What y'all gonna do about it? KO. My KO live Wednesday night. Not my KO. My KO. Man, come on Wednesday night. Hey, come on Wednesday night. Fuck out of here. Talk that shit on Wednesday night. What the fuck we gonna talk about, bro? I'm not going on the nigga channel, bro. Oh man. What we talking about, man? Before we wrap this shit up. Bro, I'm just telling you, like, that's how you coming across, because you really, like, coming to this nigga defense. Like, every time you talk, I see pom-poms, bro. I can just see you shaking on Jones. Oh, man. What we talking about, man? Well, I don't even know what we debate. What we debating? No, Age Money. No, at least KO. No, I'm gonna give KO credit though, man. KO actually stay composed and he will talk his points. Age Money is an idiot. Age Money just get mad and he just start yelling at niggas. Don't even talk boxing no more. He like be on that Southpaw shit. Him and Southpaw the same nigga. For real. Emotional ass niggas that really don't know shit about boxing. And once they know they like backed into a corner where they can't defend certain points anymore, they get the yelling and all that bullshit. KO will actually debate you. You feel me? So that's the difference. He still, you know what I mean? Niggas still got filleted and all that shit, but you know what I mean? I would rather deal with KO any day rather than, yeah, Night Rider. I agree with you. Once you start making it personal, you can see. Like, if you bitter and shit, that's different. You feel me? Like, if niggas just shooting jokes or whatever, that's different. Niggas just being clowns, whatever. I'll be clowning. But, like, H Money, he be talking about, pull up, nigga. Oh, pull up. Nigga be going off. I'm like, bro, this nigga really in his bag. Like, what's up with cuz? Like, we already know how Southpaw be. You know what I mean? But I sent that nigga an offer to fight. He ain't want to fight. If y'all know, y'all know. I ain't gotta be doing all that rapping. Give me like 3 months to train. It's off with his head. Yeah, I mean, he different. He definitely different. Age Money a weirdo. You know what I mean? Farmer versus Schofield. I definitely think it's gonna be a tough fight for Floyd Schofield for real, because he hasn't really seen anybody with the type of style that Tevin Farmer has. I think Tevin Farmer got the edge in terms of experience because he done been in there with just about every type of fighter. He has a history of being in there with like rough, rugged, volume punching guys like JoJo Diaz that he came up short against. He been in there with, William Cepeda twice, who's a come forward pressure fighter that throws a lot of punches too. Floyd Schofield, I've heard this comparison about him time and time again, but I really truly believe it's accurate. And that's like a Sean Porter. You feel what I mean? He like a smaller version of Sean Porter. He tough, he durable, he got a lot of will. He could break you with his will if you're not built like that, if you're not, you know, in the space necessary to overcome that, he can break you. He got some athleticism, you know what I mean? But he does come in very reckless defensively. Now, Tevin Farmer is a defensive specialist, you know what I mean? So that's what these guys don't have in common. They're actually opposites in the defensive department. However, one of my biggest criticisms that I've always had about Tevin Farmer is that his offense does not match his defense. You know how the game go. The name of the game is hitting and not getting hit. And Tevin Farmer does a great job with not getting hit. However, he doesn't make people pay as much as he should when he makes people miss. You know, one of his most impressive performances was against guys like Ivan Redcatch and shit like that when he initially made his transition to 135. And he did a good job of making, Ivan Redcatch miss and, making him pay. But, that hasn't really been consistent throughout his career. He's always had trouble with guys who applied pressure, didn't respect his power, and let their hands go. With guys like JoJo Diaz, who stopped like his little world title run, and William Cepeda in the second fight. You feel what I'm saying? Um, so Tevin Farmer has the advantage in the experience department, in all honesty. But I do think that Floyd Schofield's ability to apply pressure and make it a rough, tough fight, I think it could definitely throw Tevin Farmer off of his game. And to be honest with you, Tevin Farmer has slipped a bit. He has slipped a bit. So I personally believe that Floyd Schofield, although Tevin Farmer can upset Floyd Schofield just off the experience factor alone, um, I do think Floyd Schofield will be able to outwork Tevin Farmer and possibly beat him on points. That's what I personally believe. Um, that's what I see. But I am gonna be rooting for Tevin Farmer You know what I'm saying? Because he is from Philadelphia, and I do want to see Philly guys win and get opportunities. And to be honest with you, like uh, Tevin Farmer has been getting fucked over on these scorecards, man. A lot of people thought he beat Raymond Mortataya. A lot of people thought that he beat William Cepeda in the first fight. If he would have had them 2 wins on his resume, he probably would have been eligible for a world title shot. I'm almost certain that if he would have defeated William Cepeda, that'd have been Tevin Farmer and Shakur Stevenson will be happening right now. Just my personal opinion. But it is what it is. I think, like I said, I think Floyd Schofield is gonna outwork Tevin Farmer. I just think he's the younger, fresher guy. I think Tevin Farmer is on the decline, to be honest with you. And another thing that I've been critical with Tevin Farmer about is he loses sight of the game plan. You feel what I'm saying? With William Cepeda, when he was boxing him and using movement, he was having a lot of success. But then he'll get in like these little moments during the fight where all of a sudden he wants to step to Cepeda and fight in the pocket with Cepeda and as a result, lose rounds and take unnecessary damage as a result. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. And look, a lot of y'all is rooting for Tevin Farmer. That's cool. That's cool. But if y'all think Tevin Farmer gonna have an easy fight with Floyd Schofield, y'all got another thing coming, man. Like Floyd Schofield ain't the most. He's not the best fighter. I do think his dad overrates his abilities, and it is what it is. That's just what I personally think. And I think against the right guy, Floyd Schofield will get exposed, like against a Shakur Stevenson, a Keyshawn Davis, and Abdullah Mason. I think all them dudes are capable of exposing Floyd Schofield. But I think they fought Tevin Farmer because they know exactly where he is at his career right now. I don't think they would have fought the Tevin Farmer that fought John O'Carroll and Ivan Redcatch and shit like that, and Billy Dibb and all them. No, not at all. They know who they going up against. They see that Tevin Farmer done slipped a bit, so they looking to get a little dub over him, so they could say that they beat a former world champion. They know what I'm sure they saw what I saw. Muscles don't help you win. We saw what Tank did to Frank Martin. Listen, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I don't think Muscle is gonna. I don't. I'm not. I never said that Muscle was gonna be the key to victory for Floyd Schofield beating Tevin Farmer. But if Tevin Farmer defeat, I hope. Look, let's not get it misconstrued, misunderstood at all. I hope Tevin proves me wrong. I'm one of very few channels that don't mind being proven wrong. I don't. I was just wrong last weekend. I thought Sundays was gonna lose to Caleb Plant. He didn't. He whooped Caleb Plant ass. Kudos to him. Kudos to him. And hopefully, that trash talk that because Floyd Schofield Sr. gets, Mama Schofield, Auntie Schofield, whatever they call him, he gets real disrespectful, man. And the son was even popping his shit a little bit. Oh, if you need your wife in your corner, you know what I mean? You ain't like pretty much saying you ain't really built like that. If you need other people to motivate you, you ain't built like that, blah, blah, blah. Then what was he saying? Like he pretty much was saying Tevin ain't got no heart. That's pretty much what he was saying. And they were saying, oh, he got like 8. They mentioned like all the losses that Tevin Farmer had. Because, like early in his career, Tevin took a lot of losses. You feel me? He was pretty much like a fucking came into the game a gatekeeper and then just worked his way up to a world champion. Fucking what else? What else they said? Oh yeah, the dad brought up Tevin Farmer's crossed eye and shit. I was like, yo, these niggas is crazy. He sat up on Mill City and was saying how, Tevin Farmer could see punches that a lot of people can't see because his eye looking in one direction and his other eye looking in another. I'm like, yo, this nigga, Auntie Schofield is disrespectful as fuck. So you bringing up this nigga wife name unwarranted. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. My fault. You know, I seen that Tevin was saying he was going to whoop his ass. And when you look through Tevin Farmer's comment section on IG, he was talking about he gonna roll over Floyd Schofield. Listen, I hope he right. I hope he right. Man, if Floyd Schofield get fried, bro, that's gonna be a funny ass John. Not because of the son, but because of the father's reaction, bro. Because Auntie Sco, he pussy for real. Like he be popping all that big shit. But that Shakur Stevenson situation, that whole lead up to that fight showed me a whole lot about that father, man. You know what I mean? Lying about talking about they bro, do you know how crazy he sounds, bro? Like I still can't get over that whole situation. He said that somebody from Shakur camp broke into his crib and ripped the signature pages out of their passports. Like, who the fuck in Texas, bro, where guns is everywhere, is gonna break into Floyd Schofield's crib just to rip a page out of 2 passports? Everybody got a gun in Texas, and you think niggas just that's a suicide mission. Why the fuck would they do that? And then he always said, "Oh, we got proof too." This nigga never shows us proof. Then and he said that was the reason why they couldn't go to the London press conference because Shakur team ripped pages out their passport. Then they said that son was planted. They planted drugs in his car. That the police came to his house because they said they was uh kidnapping people or some shit like that, and uh it was a whole bunch of stuff. Then of course when they pulled out, they said that Shakur and them poisoned his son. Like it was nonstop bullshit, bro. And then when Shakur cousin pressed him, all of a sudden he all quiet into himself type shit. You know what I mean? Like it was just like he pussy, bro. Like he talk all that big shit, but he not cut like that. Should definitely be cat. These allergies putting the beating on me. And that he's such a controlling person. He literally brought up some bullshit like, oh, my son don't got a phone and all this bullshit because his cerebellum don't develop until he 24, so he can't, like, pretty much saying his son can't think for himself. They poisoned my son. A Saint says, Mazuma, what you think if Plant leaves Breadman and goes to Bozy? Well, I don't know if Breadman is necessarily the problem because in that interview that he had after the Caleb Plant fight, he said that he really don't got no freedom to do camp how he wants to do camp with Caleb Plant. From the way how it looks, based off of what I've seen in the fight, it looks like Caleb Plant's dad is the lead trainer, and like Breadman is just like the second pair of eyes. That's I could be wrong, but how the way it looked in the corner, it looked like Richie Plant was leading the corner, and it looked like Breadman was a chief second. I don't know if that's what happens in the gym or whatever the case is, but I don't know if Breadman's the problem. You feel what I'm saying? Like he made it clear that he wasn't even in control of, who was sparring Caleb Plant. He wasn't even in charge of the sparring. Cause he said, I want carte blanche. Like, and what he mean by that is he want freedom. You know what I mean? He want freedom to, go about the camp however he wants. You know what I'm saying? Which lets me know that he's limited in what he controls in camp. because why else would he say that? And then he says, he would like to bring, certain sparring partners that'll have him ready, more prepared for somebody like Resendiz. So he's not even in. He doesn't even have a say so on who's being brought into camp to help Caleb Plant get ready for fights. But if he were to leave Bradman and go to Bozy, I don't know if Bozy would really do too much to Caleb Plant's game. I don't know if, Caleb Plant's not the type of dude. I don't think he really got the. I don't know if his style really match up with Bozy too well. Bozy's like a well-rounded guy. He likes to box on the inside, box on the outside. They're really active fighters. And considering the fact that Caleb Plant got like fatigue issues, I don't know if his style is made to keep up with a pace that Bozy Ennis puts up. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. And I don't know if Caleb Plant's going to leave Las Vegas to train in Philadelphia, because Bozy not going to leave Philly to train in Vegas. Little do people know, Bozy don't really like being on airplanes. You feel what I'm saying? Like he don't fuck with airplanes. He's told me that on multiple occasions in different situations. He told me he don't fuck with airplanes. And that's probably why Boots doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia, because of his father. Just my guess. But they slamming these doors hard as shit in these hallways, bro. But I'm gonna say this. I don't know if Bozy's style is really good for somebody like Caleb Plant. And I don't know if Breadman is the problem. It sounds like Breadman had very little control over Caleb Plant's training camps. I think the better question is, how does Caleb Plant look if Breadman is given full control over the training camp? No, I didn't say Boots. I said Bozy. I don't think Boots has a problem getting on planes. Bozy don't fuck with planes. Yeah, Eric, I agree with you. I don't think Breadman was the problem at all. How could you be the problem when you had very little say so on what's going on in camp? Those Breadman words. But something tells me Caleb Plant might walk away from Breadman. I hope that ain't true, because I don't like to see fighters walk away from trainers, after they lose a fight, because then it looks like they blaming the trainer, when it's really their fault most of the time. Like, I know like Earl Spence and Derrick James split up, man, because of money and shit like that. But, if Earl Spence would have left Derrick James just because of his performance against Crawford, that wasn't Derrick James' fault. Derrick James is actually giving you good instructions, and you weren't listening to your coach. You went out there and you did whatever you wanted. You swore you was gonna punish Terrence Crawford and break Terrence Crawford will. The whole time he breaking you the fuck up behind the sweet science. I think that they bring in Caleb. I think they bring Breadman in as like a second pair of eyes, bro. That's what I personally believe. That was a bad night, and niggas like to blame trainers. Yeah, bro. And I'm not saying. I mean, look, Caleb Plant left his coach after the Canelo Alvarez fight. Now, why? I don't know, but they was doing so well. They won a world title together, all that good shit. Then as soon as he lost to Canelo, got his O took, he left. He left dude. So I'm like, okay. Now he's with Breadman. He was winning with Breadman, was undefeated with Breadman until Saturday. So let's see how he responds after losing the Sundays with Breadman. Is he gonna get rid of Breadman? We'll see. I think Slime trolling you, Coffee. I think Slime sees you and he just trolling. Slime the type of nigga to do that shit. But anyways, let's get one more question in before we get up out of here, man. Let's get one more question in before I get up out of here. I'm feeling extremely blessed. My son's birthday is next week. You feel what I'm saying? About to have me a 2-year-old, boy. I've been a father for 2 years. It's a beautiful feeling, man. I love my son very much. Looking forward to getting him tomorrow as well. He's going to be spending the night with his pops. You know what I mean? We're going to kick it. We're going to chill at the gym as we always do. And now we're going to spend the weekend together. You know what I mean? I'm really looking forward to that, man. For those of y'all who got kids, man, I'm going to close it out with this because, you know, I'm big on fatherhood. So if Boots have a fight in Vegas, I mean, they driving to Vegas. Not necessarily. I think it's more like long distances. I don't know. I gotta ask Bo. But I always heard that. I've heard Bo say on multiple occasions that he don't fuck with planes. Feel me? But you know, let me end this off, man. For those of y'all who got kids, man, I need y'all to understand that kids remember moments that you were around, and they also remember times when you weren't around. They remember times when they had fun with you. They remember times that they had not so much fun with you. They remember nights when you've called them to say goodnight. They also remember times where you didn't call them to say goodnight. Um, uh, it's a lot of shit that I could just talk about fatherhood all day. But what I'm trying to get at is y'all need to really take advantage of every moment that you spend with your kids because you don't get that time back. You know what I mean? And I had a homie today talking about, yo, do you miss your son when he was little? Because obviously he's still little. He's 1 year old. But obviously we talking about when he was a newborn and, you know, he wasn't even crawling yet. And, you know, in the crawling stage, wasn't walking. And I said, I don't. And that caught my friend off guard. And I said, no, let me tell you why. I said, the reason why I don't miss that and I actually look forward to him getting older is because I was conscious enough to let me see what this nigga said. This nigga said I'm smoking that spray weed. Nah, bro, my eyes just fucked up from allergies, bro. But I said no because since the very beginning, from the very beginning, I enjoyed every moment that I had with my son. Everyone. Because I always had it in my head when people tell me, yo, enjoy it because, you know what I mean, you only get the experience it once. And I've made it my business to enjoy every moment that I've had with my son. When he was waking up every 2 hours and, you know, taking him, bro, I was his first bath, um, trying to teach him, have him at the gym and trying to teach him how to walk. When he finally started taking his first steps, uh, his first birthday party, buying his first clothes, and I enjoyed every single moment of that. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is completely irrelevant to the live and shit like that, but that shit that I care about, since I fuck with the chat, I always felt like I needed to, you know, just speak my piece here and there. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all who got kids that's real fathers out here in these streets, man, do what y'all can with y'all kids, man. Because y'all only get that moment once. You know what I mean? Said I appreciate you being vulnerable and loud. No, we just kicking it, bro. We just chopping it up. That's you know what I mean? Everybody know on here I'm big on fatherhood. You know what I mean? It's the best shit in the world. I got the best son in the world, bro. Like, oh, I grew up a real selfish person, bro. You know what I mean? I only cared about how I felt. As long as I was okay at the end of the night, I didn't give a fuck. I hurt a lot of people. I done did a lot of bad things to people and shit. I'm still paying. I'm still facing karma from, those times. I mean, I'm still receiving bad karma from, shit that I done did in my past. And that's all right. That comes with the game. But one of the biggest blessings God ever gave me to change my whole perspective on life was giving me my son, bro. That's a fact. I got life insurance. I got life insurance. God forbid if anything ever happens to me anytime soon, my son will be all right. My son will be off really well. So I'm happy I got that. I just made a will. You know what I mean? I sketched out I had a will put together for me. I had some witnesses sign it. So we good. You gotta take care of those things, man. Oh, you saying to add that on? Yeah, definitely, bro. Even if you don't got kids, bro, like there's no reason why you shouldn't have life insurance. You know what I mean? Like, if something were to happen to you, and your family not in the best financial position, why wouldn't you have life insurance so that $10, $20 that you pay in a month could pay for your funeral arrangements? What you mean you got seven? You got seven what, Eric? You got seven kids? You got seven kids, Eric? What? God damn. Bro, I couldn't imagine having that many kids, bro. I might have one more tops. Okay, so you got five kids and two stepkids. Wow. My dad got what? My dad got a lot of kids. My dad got like seven kids too. Oh, you 32 with that? That's still a lot of kids for 32, brother. We not that far off in age. I only got one. That's how much your mom had. Damn, your mom had seven kids, bro. Sheesh. That's a big family you got, Anonymous. My mom had three. My mom had my two sisters that's twins, and then just me. And my dad, he got my dad got seven kids. I think he I think he really got nine, probably more. I think my dad got more he don't know about. But yeah. But yeah, man. Take care of you and yours, man. Shout out to the real fathers out there that's giving they all to their kids. You feel me? That's all I really got to say about that. Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. If y'all enjoyed these conversations that we had on the live today, y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 3K, and we well into the 2,900 mark. You feel what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. Y'all subscribe to the channel. I'll be back at y'all with another live, another video tomorrow as well. Speaking about the Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney fight, possibly being confirmed sometime soon, and it being aligned with the same fight day as Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. Be on the lookout for that video tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a beautiful night. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.